Hello, thank you for checking out Mr. Ware's videos, and today we're looking at linear inequalities level 1. These are some multi-step linear inequalities. We're not worried about the graphing at all here. We're just wanting to solve the multi-step linear inequalities. And also remember, if you're dividing by or even multiplying by a negative, you always swap the inequality sign around. So we'll do a couple of those today. So let's take a look at the first example. Alright, here it says solve the following inequality for h. Write that your answer in the simplest form. So what that means is sometimes when you divide, it's going to be left as a fraction, and they want it in the simplest fraction possible. Okay, so don't let that throw you off. And plus, don't let the fact that it doesn't come out even throw you off. Sometimes it's just a fraction. Okay, so let's take a look at the first example. Alright, so we want to solve for h, but we got h on both sides of the inequality. That's okay. We're just going to move the variable, whichever variable we have, to the left and move our number to the right. Okay, and we're going to do that by doing the opposite. Alright, so I want to move the 4h with the variable to the left. So I'm going to subtract, make this a little bigger, subtract 4h on both sides. Alright, the 4h and negative 4h cancels out. Here I've got an understood 1h and negative 4h. They're different signs. Find the difference. So 4 minus 1 is going to be 3h. And since the 4 is bigger, we're going to make it negative. Bigger in terms of absolute value. Alright, the rest of my numbers I just bring down. Negative 8 greater than 5. Alright, now I'm going to move the number to the right. So I'm going to do the opposite. Minus 8, add 8. Okay. So the negative 8 and the positive 8 cancels out. It brings down to negative 3h. Is greater than 5 plus 8, which is 13. Okay, so I almost got the h by itself. Now I've got this negative 3 times h, and I'm going to do the opposite and divide by that negative 3. But I'm dividing by a negative, so I'm going to have to swap the inequality sign around. So negative divided by a negative is positive. 3 divided by 3 is 1. Bring down this h. Swap the inequality sign around. It's less than. And then I've got 13 divided by negative 3. It doesn't go evenly. So you look to see if you can simplify it. Look to see if there's a number that can go in both the numerator and denominator. If there's not, then it's already in its simplest form, and we bring down to 13 over negative 3. And you just make the whole thing negative. And that's my answer. Alright, so let's take a look at another example. Okay, go ahead and pause the video here and see if you can solve this one. Alright, so you should get g is greater than negative 4 over 3. Alright, g is greater than negative 4 over 3. So this is what we did. We first move the variable to the left by doing the opposite and subtracting 7g on both sides. Next, we added the number on both sides and moved it to the right. So I got positive and positive here. It's going to add up to be 4. Then finally, I divide by negative 3 and swap my inequality around. Remember, you only do it if you divide or multiply by a negative. Okay? So that brings down g here, and that leaves me with 4 over negative 3, which can't be simplified. Make sure you can simplify this if you can. If you can't, leave it as negative 4 over 3, and that's it. That's my answer. And that is linear inequalities level 1. Stay tuned for level 2. But for now, thank you for checking out Mr. Ware's videos. Have a nice day.